good morning. Welcome back to Open Hand Farm. Today I am just out in the garden early morning trying to beat the heat and get some harvesting done. The first thing I have to do is harvest some squash bug eggs. If you are growing squash, you know exactly what I'm dealing with. So let me show you how I take care of those squash bug eggs. I have this garden apron that I wear a lot, and on it I have duct tape. Yes, duct tape. My son makes fun of me, but I don't care because it works. So what I do is I just tear off a piece of it and I roll it in a circle with sticky side out like this. Then I'll show you what I do. So here are the eggs we're addressing this morning. Some of the eggs, I already addressed some. And I just take my tape and stick it on there, kind of rub over the eggs, and I lift them off. That way I don't have to take the whole leaf off. I left a few there. I don't have to take off the whole leaf. I don't have to like tear part of the leaf out, although part of this one did come with it. It doesn't always. But I got all of the eggs and they're stuck to duct tape. They're not going anywhere. So I will keep looking and take care of these, and then we'll do some harvesting. We've got our early morning helper this morning. She's gonna help with the bunnies. We picked some kale.
Don't give her all of it.
Or give her all of it. She's happy. So she gave kale to the bunny. This is Mama Bunny, we're hoping anyway soon. Now she's got kale to give to the daddy and granddaddy bunnies. Let's see, which one are you going to feed first, daddy or granddaddy?
Give some of it to one of them.
Okay, daddy gets some. Good job.
That's good. Now give the rest.
Uh-oh.
Oh well.
Here you go. And then granddaddy gets some. Genesee noticed when she came out, we had a lot of harvesting to do. We've got lots and lots of squash. So we're gonna do that first. I came prepared for my harvesting this morning. I brought a tub instead of just a basket. Down here, we have several. One, I think only two that I'm gonna pick today. Oh, there we go. Oh no, I see another one. Two and three. So this is why I like to trim back my plants. I see some in here that I'm struggling to get to. Can you see it? Way over back there. There's some. But I have to make it through all of this first before I can get there. Okay, let me show you what all I harvested, but first I want to show you what my tape also pulled up today. These are squash bug nymphs. So they had just hatched and getting ready to go and attack my garden. So I got them too. Look at this, you guys. This is the girl that hasn't been able to harvest any squash for about 4 years because the squash vine borer just attacked them. This is awesome. Something I've never grown before is Chinese cabbage. So I wanted to try that this year. I have a friend that we're gonna get together and make some dumplings. So I'll video that. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. Mark is working on the greenhouse. I don't wanna hinder that. So we'll go ahead and do what we can here. It's time to harvest this Chinese cabbage. I know at least one of them bolted because I just haven't had time. So let's see what we've got. Okay, I've got this nifty little knife. So I'm gonna use it to cut the roots off of this. There we go. All right. So there is a nice big head of Chinese cabbage. Put it in my tub. And let's see what this one looks like. All right, number 2, beautiful head of Chinese cabbage. When I planted these cabbages, I just didn't believe they were gonna do anything. And then it got hot and I was like, okay, forget that idea. They're gonna bolt. Well, they didn't. But this one definitely has worm damage. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to salvage it. Let me see. Let me show you. See all of that? That's not good. That's really gross, actually. I mean, I guess I could cut it in half and just salvage the bottom part. I don't know if I just keep peeling, if I could take care of it. There's definitely things laying eggs in here. Let me see if I can cut this section open and show you. See all these little nasties in here? But I might be able to salvage this. That looks like I got the bad parts off. All right, how exciting. So there's number 3, semi-beautiful head of Chinese cabbage. Sometimes a harvest can be disappointing because number 1, I know I waited way too late to harvest these. They should have been harvested probably a little bit smaller, but you know what? Life happens. So we're doing it now, and that's just what you got to do. You can't look back and say, well, forget it. I'm not going to harvest it. It's not perfect anymore. You got to go ahead and do it. Just like Jessica from 3 Rivers Homestead does her Every Bit Counts challenge in August. Every bit of this, even if I have to cut part of it off, I'm taking all these outer leaves off because they've got like slime on them. Oh, this one's got some ants in it. But every bit counts. So even this bit, I'm gonna try cutting that away like I did the other one. No problem. And now I have a nice head of cabbage. It's not the full tip of the head, but it's a head of cabbage. This is everything that will go to the chickens. They will be so happy. Now we're gonna switch to a basket and go get some green beans. All right, let's see what we've got here. When I harvest green beans, I always hold the plant and pull them so that I don't end up pulling the plant out of the ground or breaking off stems. Those are nice. There's still lots of flowers in here, so we'll be getting more. Sometimes picking green beans can be backbreaking. My friend Susan gave me this cool little stool last year, so I'm gonna sit on it and use it. This works so much better, you guys. I love it. I think something I'll have to invest in as I get older is a 4-foot raised bed or something so that I don't have to bend over as much. It makes me want to take longer and find all the beans and not skim over any. Got a lot of new little ones that's going to be coming on very soon. I love it when they're in clusters like this, and I can just pick all of them at once. That's nice. How many of you like to just eat your beans straight out of the garden? They're so good. All right, I'll just keep on picking and show you what I get when I'm done. All right, I just added the beans to our harvest. Okay, raspberries. It's getting harder and harder to see the old canes and the fruit that is on them because we have all these new canes with new growth and new fruit coming on. So I kind of have to push my way past all of them. But I see some right here. They're not quite ready though. If you've never harvested raspberries, you kind of squeeze and pull and it should pop right off of this little cone-shaped center. And that's why there is a hole in the middle of a raspberry. If they don't pull off, let me show you this one. If I squeeze it, sorry, pull that leaf off. If I squeeze it and pull, it doesn't want to budge. It's not ready. So that's how you know. Let me see what I can find. This is all I got off of all of these plants. But I totally understand. These plants have taken all their energy and put them into the new canes. So in a few days, there are gonna be so many raspberries to pick that it is just fine. These still need to grow a little bit more. Look at all of these up and coming raspberries. All of these. So we're not gonna be without, I can tell you that. Take a peek down here at the thorned raspberries. There's a few. Okay, I got a few more from the thorned raspberries, but they too are growing and setting new fruit. There were so few raspberries, they just went into breakfast. Thanks so much for coming along with me today. It was so exciting to be able to actually harvest so much food out of my garden. I don't think I've ever been able to harvest that much in one day before. God has definitely been good. I hope your garden is going well. And if you have any questions about anything that I harvested, don't hesitate to ask. And tell me what you're harvesting right now. I would love to know. I am in zone 6B, so tell me your zone and what you're growing. And until next time, blessings on you and yours.